Hey there, welcome back to my channel. A good portion of my audience are truck drivers who are out on the road and have an uncanny knack for finding these strange little stories. And today's story is one such example. This happened about 3 years ago in Texas, but I just now came across it. It was reported by a truck driver named Gary. So let's see what he had to say about it. It was 2:30 in the morning, and I needed gas and a shower. So I stopped at a Chevron station off of Interstate 45. The gas station was next to a Denny's restaurant. I pulled into the gas station and parked my car. I went inside and asked how much a shower was. The lady said $5, so I went and got some gas, went in and paid, used the restroom, and then asked the attendant where the showers were. She pointed to a door and said they were right down the hall. I took my shower and got changed into a fresh set of clothes. I dried myself off and noticed that my cell phone was dead. I figured that I had forgotten to plug it in after I had gotten done with the shower and changed clothes. I went to the front counter to charge my phone and asked the lady if she had any paper towels. She looked at me and said, "You know, you aren't supposed to use those." Then she turned away from me and started bagging a sandwich that someone had left behind. I tried to ask her again about paper towels, but she ignored me. Now, I walked out front and around to my truck. While I was walking, I noticed a white van that had driven up while I was in the store. A man and a woman got out of the van and started pumping their own gas. I thought it was odd that they didn't go in to pay for the gas, but I shrugged it off and continued to my truck. I opened the door and turned the truck on. I hadn't noticed before because I was preoccupied with getting my phone charged, but now I did. My GPS was flashing rapidly and alerting me that it could not find my location. I hit the power button on the GPS and shut it off. Then I got on the CB radio and said, "Does anybody know where I am?" Silence. I tried again. "Does anybody know where I am? What are the exits around me?" I got a response. He said that I was near an exit for Little River. I said, "Thank you." But I knew that this exit was miles back, and I had just come from that direction. I should have been well past that exit. I got off the CB radio and turned on the radio. There was nothing but static. I checked my cell phone and still no bars. I tried calling 911, but it just rang and rang. I tried several more times to call 911, and then I decided to drive off. As I drove off, I glanced back at the gas station and the white van. The lady was outside waving at me frantically, and the man was running toward my truck. I sped off down the highway, looking over my shoulder every few seconds, expecting them to pull out onto the highway and follow me. They never did. After driving about 10 minutes, I began to calm down a bit. I slowed down and turned on my GPS. It immediately found my location and showed me that I was on Interstate 45. I looked back at the last exit sign. It said Little River, which I knew wasn't the correct exit. I didn't understand how I could be on the same exit I had just come from, but I didn't think about it too much more. I just pressed on. When I arrived at my destination, I told the people there about the incident, but they just laughed and thought it was funny. I called the police and told them about it, but they thought that it was very strange that I couldn't find the gas station on any map. When I described the gas station and the area surrounding it, they said that there was no record of a Chevron station being there. I told them about the white van, but they said that there was nothing they could do without more information. I offered to take them to the gas station, but they said that it wasn't worth their time. The next day I called the police again and told them that I remembered more details. I told them about the attendant and the fact that I couldn't charge my phone. They were very nice and apologetic about their behavior, but they still said that there was nothing they could do about it. I ended up going back to the area where I saw the gas station. I drove all up and down the highway looking for the entrance to the gas station. There was nothing but a small dirt road leading into a field. I didn't get out of my truck. I didn't want to look like I was loitering or something. I drove home upset. I don't know what I expected the police to do, but I thought that they would at least investigate it. It has been months since this happened, and I've finally given up on ever finding out what happened. I hope that nothing bad has happened to anyone else. And I warn everyone to be careful if you see a Chevron station in a desolate area in Texas. You might never be seen again. And thanks for watching. Now, real quick, I just want to tell you about a couple things. First off, I have another channel that has new videos posted every single day. So if you haven't checked that out lately, please go check it out. Lots of fun stuff over there. Also, we're having our first ever giveaway here on this channel. We're giving away a custom family sticker set. And all you have to do to enter is leave a comment down below and make sure that you resubscribed to the channel. That's it. Very easy. One winner will be chosen randomly and announced at the end of the month. Alright, thanks again for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Well, that was certainly a strange tale that our trucker there encountered on that lonely stretch of highway. I wonder if we can figure out exactly where this place was. And I also wonder why the police report doesn't show anything being there either. I mean, it's not like you can just bulldoze a gas station and the ground underneath it disappears. It is possible that maybe the gas station was abandoned and the company itself had it removed from all the maps. But why would they remove it from the maps and then not bulldoze it? I don't know. All I can tell you is that there's definitely no service station there anymore. But here's what I do notice. Our traveler here mentioned that he couldn't charge his phone and that the attendant was ignoring him. And I'm wondering if maybe the attendant was trying to subtly hint to our traveler, "Hey man, maybe you should get out of here. We're closed." Because sometimes places will close and they won't really announce it or put signs on the doors. They just kind of expect people to get the hint. But when you're driving all night long, you don't always pick up on those subtle hints, you know. Sometimes you just gotta fill up and go. So I do believe that this gas station was probably closed and it may have been abandoned for quite some time. But why would a gas station just suddenly close without warning? Well, I'll tell you what. Sometimes these little mom and pop convenience stores that are attached to gas stations, sometimes they'll have trouble with the zoning commission or the health department. And that happens more frequently than you would think. And so sometimes they'll just close up shop and that'll be the end of it. People will assume that they're just moved to a different location or something like that. But yeah, sometimes they just go under for whatever reason. It doesn't matter. What matters is that our traveler still had gas in his vehicle, and he still had enough gas to get to the next exit. So although it was very strange that the gas station wasn't on any of his maps, even though he was obviously close to it, it was probably just a case of the gas station being closed and our traveler failing to pick up on that subtle hint. But who knows? Maybe that gas station is still there. If you ever driving through Texas at night and you see a lonely gas station lit up in the darkness, just remember what happened to this guy. Be careful. You never know what secrets that lonely gas station might be hiding. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to check out our other content. And we'll see you in the next video.